Harleyman. Oh, hold on. Honda man. Honda man.
Harleyman. 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 Harleyman.
Hello people! I know! Harleyman on a Honda. Not only a Honda scooter. Yes, look! Well, I suppose you're wondering why, and I will explain. This was one of those things that started off in one direction and then ended up sort of being similar but in a completely different direction. I'll give you an example of what I mean. Years ago, Mrs. Harleyman walked out the back door of the house and said, do you know what we need here? We need something to brighten up the patio. Maybe some upright pieces of wood, posts stuck in the ground, and some joists over the top, and maybe something we can grow some flowers up, just to make it look better than plain paving slabs. A little while later she read a magazine and saw a similar thing to what she was looking at, but this had a small brick wall round the base. That would look better, she said, a little brick wall round the bottom. Better than just the post going into the patio. Anyway, the next thing was, I'll tell you what would be really good, she said, if it had a roof on it. Because then we could sit out there in the summer, in the shade, and in the wet, we could still sit under the dry and enjoy the garden. We ended up with an extension on the house. From just this kind of wooden structure to what was virtually a conservatory to an extension on the house. Well, that's not quite what's happened here, people. What's happened here, if you can hear me above the roar of the engine, is I drive to work 4 days a week, sometimes 5, depends on the weather. On the 5th day, sounds like the Bible, on the 5th day I tend to go in on the Harley, and that's because we have a dress down day on Fridays and I can wear my Harley gear without needing to get changed or any of that hassle. And over here we are just about getting into sort of spring and summer and decent weather. It may not seem like it looking at the skies at the moment, but we are getting to what is kind of our best weather. And on the way to work on those other 4 days, I've been seeing fellow bikers going to work on 2 wheels and thinking, it's a shame the Harley isn't really a commuter, because I'd love to go to work on 2 wheels instead of 4. And then I thought about buying a motorcycle for purely commuting to work. Maybe something a bit different to the Harley, but I've owned a lot of motorcycles different to the Harley. I've owned Hornets and Phasers and those sort of bikes and Bandits. And I thought what might be cool, what might be good to go to work on, would be a scooter. And I did a lot of research in terms of watching owners' videos and reviews and things like that of the best commuting scooters. And the one that seemed to come out head and shoulders above the rest, and that owners not only have good things to say about, but actually say they really love it, was a scooter called a Honda PCX. And this is the Honda PCX 125. And it is fun. I keep trying to put my foot on the brake, which there isn't because the brakes are like a push bike at the front, and there's no changing gear, and it goes all right. Look at that, 65 something, I don't know. I've not got the throttle full open. I've got a little bit more there if I need it, but I'm not going to twist it. And it's such fun to ride, and I've used it a few times to commute to work. There's loads and loads of space under the seat, but even so I put a Jivvy, is it Jivvy or Givvy, back box on it as well, so I can stick extra stuff in. And it's great. I can, if the I can now look at the weather and think, if it's absolutely pouring and it's planned to pour down all day, I'll simply go in the car. If the weather is changeable but rideable, I will use the scooter. And going to work on this is fun. It makes the journey into work fun. And I don't mind it being a 125. There are some embarrassing points about that, actually, to be honest with you. The first time I took it to work, I came out to find that some of my work colleagues have made me some L plates and stuck it on the bike for me. That was very kind of them. I much appreciate that. But yeah, it's great. It's such a lovely scoot. I mean, I might even at one point do a review. But I thought I'd let you see it and hear the beastie. It kind of is great for commuting. It gets through little gaps. It's very light. Because it's a twist and go, although my commute isn't that busy, there are a couple of parts on the route that get a bit busy, but my route isn't like through a main town centre or something. If you were in town with this, if a youngster's thinking of getting one, or anybody's thinking of getting one, don't have to be a youngster, the fact that it's a twist and go means you haven't got to think about changing up gears and down gears, approaching junctions or whatever. You literally just ride it, twist and go, close the throttle, use the brakes, and you can go through tiny little gaps, and it's really cool. So that's it. That's all I wanted to say today. This is Harleyman on a Honda. So I suppose for today I'm Honda Man. Look, he's having a break. You can see me coming towards him. Catch you later, guys. If you're a biker, you ride safe. If you're not a biker, you be safe. Bye bye.